Well, the principle that we support as J Street is that you start with the 1967 lines, the pre-1967 armistice line, and then you negotiate swaps. So if the State of Israel is to keep settlement blocks, Modi'in Elite, Beitar Elite, some of the neighborhoods of East Jerusalem that are Jewish now, then you would swap land from within the Green Line for the land over the Green Line. So the Green Line is the starting point, but you would swap territory if you want to keep the settlements that are near the Green Line within Israel.
So what is the difference between your lobbying group and AIPAC, for instance?
I think the crux of the difference is that we, as J Street, are more than willing to say out loud when we disagree with the government of Israel. So, for instance, take the decision yesterday to renege on the agreement regarding the Western Wall and access for all Jews. It is very clear that this is something that is very important to American Jews. We think it is perfectly pro-Israel to say out loud that we disagree with the decision by the government to renege on that agreement. AIPAC supports every policy and every decision of the government of Israel, and we say that we are perfectly comfortable and perfectly fine saying when we disagree. So, for instance, we have criticized unlimited settlement expansion well beyond areas that might be kept as part of the State of Israel, and you won't hear that kind of criticism, not only from AIPAC. This is not just about AIPAC, but many of the traditional American Jewish organizations would refrain from saying out loud that they disagree with that.
Ambassador Friedman, the American ambassador in Tel Aviv, referred to your lobby as capos. What is your reaction?
He said we are worse than capos.
What is your reaction?
I think it was a very, very offensive and unwise thing to say. I presume that he said those things and other things within the heat of a political campaign, and I just hope that we can take that kind of language out of politics. It's not appropriate. We have a disagreement. David Friedman was the chairman of the Friends of Beit El. That's a settlement that is well beyond the Green Line, and under any conception of an agreement with the Palestinians would never be part of the State of Israel. So we disagree on whether it's wise to invest millions and millions of dollars and move hundreds more people into a place like Beit El. We don't think it's a good idea. He thought it was a great idea, and he raised millions of dollars for it. But that's a political argument. We have a disagreement between us. But to call each other names, I'm not going to call him names. He shouldn't call us names.
Do you recognize the decisions of the Israeli electorate in successive elections to the Knesset here?
Of course. The majority of the Knesset actually supports...
You don't have a choice, but...
Right. The majority of the Knesset supports a two-state solution, so I absolutely...
Yes, but you must be very disappointed by the fact that the majority of the Israeli population tends to the right.
Well, you know, I think that it's a very split society. I live in a very split country as well. The elections in the United States over my lifetime have gone back and forth and back and forth, and essentially it's a 50-50 country in the United States when it comes right down to it. Similarly, here in Israel, I think there's a real split between the right and the left, and an ever-growing center also. So I'm not, you know, disappointed. I value Israel's democracy. I just hope perhaps for some different outcomes in future elections.
On the other hand, there is a view shared by I don't know how many, that your organization is either undermining the legitimacy of the Israeli government.
Well, that's quite a, that would be giving us a great deal of credit and a great deal of power. We are a group of American citizens, and our goal is to make our American voices heard by our members of Congress, by people running for office in the United States, within our American Jewish community, on college campuses. So our work is in the United States, and it's also, you know, hoping to really preserve the relationship between the United States Jewish community and the State of Israel for the long run. That is a very important goal for J Street, to maintain the tie between the Jews who live there and the Jews who live here.
So we have in America two types of ties. one belongs to AIPAC and the other belongs to your lobbying?
Well, it's not just two flavors. There's many flavors in the American Jewish community. 6 million American Jews. You have well more than 6 million opinions.
I thank you very much, Mr. Jeremy Ben-Ami. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the opportunity.